Hello, family. Hello, family. How are y'all doing today? Welcome to SafeSpace TV. Starting today and going until I guess I get tired, I will be reviewing a book every Friday at 12 noon right here on SafeSpace TV. Today's book is $1 Million Habits. We're doing the introduction today. You are what you do. I absolutely, this book has literally changed my life. And I have a feeling that it's going to change you all's life as well. So go ahead and get comfy. Even if you're watching the replay, go ahead and get comfy and relax because we're going to enjoy this together. So also make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you want to purchase the book, my affiliate link is in the video description. Okay. My affiliate link is in the video description so that you can purchase the book. And that as a way you can support this channel and not even have to send me any money directly. Just purchase $1 Million Habits by Brian Tracy uh, uh, on the affiliate link inside of the video description box of the video you're watching right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this party started, and let's read this together. Now, actually, to be honest with you, I'm not going to necessarily read this out loud. I'm going to um, more than anything, I'm going to be covering certain parts of it. So you'll have to, starting next week, go ahead and get your copy so that you can have already read by the time we get here to 12 noon or you watch this. All right. But what I'll be doing is I will be starting with the introduction, and it is You Are What You Do. It's the sections are the great question, the power of habit, the definition of success, developing $1 Million Habits, all habits are learned, and then you are in complete control. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, first thing I want to read is the first chapter and the first couple of sentences in here. It says, I am going to share with you that the so-called secrets of success practiced by most people are who ever achieve anything worthwhile in life. When you learn and practice these techniques yourself, you will never be the same again. The one thing I like about how Brian Tracy writes this is he doesn't make success something outside of yourself. He doesn't make success something just too hard that the everyday person won't be able to get. One thing I don't like about most gurus, I call them the no day off people, are they always give you this stuff that is impossible to do unless you're already rich and got a 500,000 thread count sheet and you got masseuses and cooks. Of course, you don't have no days off. You live on vacation. But what I like about this is he's basically said, I'm going to share with you the secrets of success practiced by most people who achieve anything worthwhile. And when you learn and practice these techniques yourself, you will never be the same again. All right. So now let's go to the second page of the introduction, and I'm going to read these two paragraphs. And it's literally the first official paragraph in the second page. You are where you are and what you are because of yourself. Let's stop right there. Okay. You cannot be a person that's spiritual without being a person that's accountable. You cannot be a person that's successful without being accountable. And this might sting, but at least once a week, we must stop, look at our lives, and ask ourselves, are you pleased with what you created? Yikes. Like, are you pleased with what you created? You are where you are and what you are because of yourself. Everything you are today or ever will be in the future is up to you. Your life today is the sum total of your choices, decisions, and actions up to this point. You can create your own future by changing your behaviors. You can make new choices and decisions that are most consistent with the person you want to be and the things you want to accomplish in your life. Next paragraph. Just think, everything you are or ever will be is up to you. And the only real limit on what you can be, do, and have is the one you place on your own imagination. You can take complete control of your destiny by taking charge of your thoughts, words, and actions from this day forward. Now, I am a Black, gay, tarot card reading man that is majority surrounded by Black Christian Pentecostals. I am a failed entrepreneur a million times over. What else? A strong bout of ADHD. Got the pills over here. Okay, so I got some things, right? And nothing I named can keep me from success but me. Now, that does not make struggle invalid. It doesn't make poverty invalid, racism invalid, ageism invalid, sexism invalid. I am not telling you that your limitations or your struggles are false. But what I am saying, what I believe, and what Brian Tracy has wrote is the only true limitation in your life is you. Oh boy. Let's keep on going. All right. Next, the power of habit. And we're still on the second page. Perhaps the most important discovery when it comes to the perhaps the most important discovery when it comes to the psychology of success is that fully 95% of everything you think, feel, do, and achieve is the result of habit. Beginning in childhood, you have developed a series of conditioned responses that lead you to behave automatically and unthinkingly in almost every situation. To put it simply, successful people have success habits, and unsuccessful people do not. Successful, happy, healthy, and prosperous men and women easily, automatically, and consistently do and say the right things in the right way at the right time. As a result, they accomplish 10 or 20 times more than average people who have not yet learned these habits or practiced these behaviors. Okay? Let me go back to my thing here. So basically, good habits will allow you to accomplish 10 to 20 times more than the average person. Interesting enough, they didn't say good education. They didn't say an awesome zip code, or they didn't say a good financial start. Or Brian says good habits will make you 10 to 20% more successful than the average person. What I like about this and what I want to keep on stressing is the playing field is now equal. No matter where I start in life, if I want to be better than the average person, just start creating good habits. All right. Now let's skip to the third page. The title of this section is the definition of success. We're going to skip the first sentence and go here. Success is the ability to live your life the way you want to live it, doing what you most enjoy, surrounded by people you admire and respect. And I want to challenge you guys as you are listening to this and you start reading to develop or define what success means to you. As a matter of fact, I had an hour conversation yesterday with someone and they said, what does success mean to you? Because we were talking about how the ingredients for success. And I told them what success means to me. I'm not telling you. It's a personal conversation. But do you know yours? In a larger sense, success is the ability to achieve your dreams, desires, hopes, wishes, and goals in each of the important areas of your life. To achieve your dreams, desires, hopes, wishes, and goals in each of the important areas of your life. And let me say this real quick. Success is not mimicking your neighbor. Success for you could just raising your children in a nuclear home or making sure your kids graduate from college. While your neighbor's success could be to go to Italy every year on a family vacation for 2 weeks. Another wonderful part about the $1 million habits and creating habits and defining success, it's all customized to you. I do not have to mimic the guru. I don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. every morning. I'm not doing that. I will never do that. Don't bother me. I don't go to bed to 2 a.m. But I have created habits that work for me to help me get to my definition of success. Oh my God. This is beautiful. All right, let's keep on going. Although each of us is unique, different from all of the human beings who have ever lived, we all have 4 goals or desires in common. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, you can conduct a quick evaluation of your life by giving yourself a grade in each of these areas, all right? Now, I won't go through each of the areas all the way, but I'm going to skim through them. But I'll read them to you real quick. Healthy and fit, excellent relationships, do what you love, achieve financial independence. Yes, my bad. Healthy and fit, excellent relationships, do what you love, and achieve financial independence. And what Brian is saying is that all of us, or rather most of us, these 4 goals are the top 4 goals in mine. And I'm going to tell you the truth. They are for me. That was, matter of fact, I forgot I read this part when I answered the question. I didn't read this book 2 times already. I'm working on the second time, rather. When I asked the question to my friend yesterday about what was success for me. But yes, healthy and fit, not in this order though, because it's a different order. Healthy and fit, excellent relationships, do what you love, and achieve financial independence. And I feel like to say this. Do you know you can achieve that? Now, let's be real for a second, because success also requires self-awareness. You have to be able to achieve it within your limitations. Let's just say you are not disabled, but not able physically to do certain things. Let's just say you're wheelchair bound. You cannot compare yourself to the person who runs a marathon, but you can define what healthy and fit is for you in your space with your life. There's a strong thread in this session we're having here about customizing for you. I feel, and I'm getting off the path a little bit, I feel like sometimes we're not as successful as we should be because we define success by what our neighbor has and what our neighbor is doing. And it could very well be there's something that they're doing that I will never be able to do. But guess what? There's something that I can do that perhaps they will never be able to do. I want to say this. I'm not trying to put words in Brian's mouth. My platform, though. You need a healthy dose of self-awareness if you are going to go after success. Which Brian starts the introduction by saying, your life is because you created it. So we started off in self-awareness. Everything in your life right now is because you created it. Let's keep on going though. I'm not going to read the 4 things. I'll let you read it. And of course, again, you can purchase the book by clicking the affiliate link in the video description box. And what I'll do, I'll put the link. I'm streaming on my Facebook page as well. I'll put the link in the Facebook comments and in the YouTube comments after this live as well. All right. Let's go to the section Developing $1 Million Habits. That's essentially, let's see, because these are numerical, and your boy is not about to sit and read these numerical pages. 1, 2, 3. Page 4, section Developing $1 Million Habits, the second paragraph. One of the most important goals you must achieve to be happy and successful in life is the development of your own character. You want to become an excellent person in every respect, the kind of person others look up to and admire. You should strive to become a leader in your community and a role model for personal excellence to all the people around you. Now, I'm going to say something that's a bit different what Brian is saying. You do not, according to your definition of success, it might not require you to be an excellent person. You can be a complete butthole if that's how you want to define success. There are some people out there, they don't care anything about who they run over, what head they take off, or who they steal or lie or cheat on. They just want to be successful. And I must validate them as well as you. If that is their definition of success, have at it. I'm going to suggest that it could very well be harder, more challenging, maybe, I don't know, to do it with character in mind as well. Do what? Become successful by your definition. I think it might be easier to be successful without character. Now, I'm not going to do it because a part of my success plan is healthy relationships. So I got to work on my character. But if you don't care anything about relationships, you don't need that part. And I'm not going to invalidate you. This is SafeSpace TV. You can be what you want to be. So as I care. All right, next page. Hold on, I don't think I finished reading that. Let's go back to Developing $1 Million Habits section. No, I did finish that. All right, let's go to the section, All Habits Are Learned. Next page. The good news is that all habits are learned through practice and repetition. You can learn any habits you consider either necessary or desirable by using your willpower and discipline. You can shape your personality and character in almost any way you desire. You can write the script of your own life, and if you are not happy with the current script, you can rip it up and write a new one. Now, come on. Good Lord. The one thing I like about Brian's writing is it does not exclude or make it hard. Brian is literally saying, if you don't like your script, you can rewrite it. And one thing I like to encourage people when I'm teaching in my private sessions is, you don't have to have all the answers right now. You really just need to be self-aware. That's it. As you're listening to this and as you're reading this along with me and you're thinking, oh my God, I don't know what to do, you don't have to have the answers. You just got to just edit the script as you go. I went to Cabo recently, had a great time. And I learned something about myself in Cabo that I added to the script of what I want love to look like for me. I didn't know that before Cabo. I know it now. I want to encourage someone that's watching this. You are not stuck on the script you're currently reading in your life. That thing was written in pencil, baby. Erase and write again. Literally, erase and write again. It doesn't matter if that's been the script for the last 65 years. You have the opportunity. You are empowered. You don't have to ask anyone. You can literally rewrite the script. Okay? You can write the script of your own life. And if you're not happy with the current script, you can rip it up and write a new one. Just as your good habits are responsible for most of your success and happiness today, your bad ones are responsible for most of your problems and frustration. Most of your problems and frustration, most, not all, most of your problems and frustrations from bad habits, most of your joys and successes, good habits. But because bad habits are learned as well, they can be unlearned and replaced with good habits by the same process of practice and repetition. In other words, as we are becoming more self-aware, as we're reading this book, and we start itemizing what habits are bad, we can rest assured in the fact that if I can learn a bad habit, I can unlearn a bad habit. Let me say it like this. If I can learn a bad habit, I can learn a good habit. Okay? All right, let's go to the next page and go to the section, you are in complete control. And I want to remind you guys, live and replay viewers, that the affiliate link to purchase this book and support this platform is in the video description box of YouTube. I'll put it in Facebook after this live, and I'll pin it in the comments of YouTube after the live as well. So if you want to support this platform, by all means, like, share, subscribe, and comment. As well, click the affiliate link from Amazon, and you can get this book, and you don't have to pay me a dime. All right? I appreciate you in advance. All right, let's go to the last section of this, and then we're done. And we did this in 22 minutes. Wow, this is good for me. The section is called You Are in Complete Control. Wow. Can you do me a favor? Put your right hand on your chest and affirm this. Say it again. Say this like this, rather. I am in complete control. I am in complete control. I am in complete control. That is crazy important. Without that, you don't know you can rewrite your script. Without knowing that, you don't know that you can unlearn the habit. I know this is how your father was, or this is how your mother was, or this was the religion you were brought up in, and all the things. I understand, like I said, I've understand all the isms. In spite of that, you are in complete control when it comes to how you navigate through it. All right. The fact is that good habits are hard to form, but easy to live with. Bad habits, on the other hand, are easy to form, but hard to live with. In either case, you develop either good or bad habits as the result of your repeated choices, decisions, and behaviors. Educator Horace Mann said, habit is a cable we weave a thread of each day, and it becomes so strong we cannot break it. One of your great goals in life should be to develop the habits that lead to health, happiness, and true prosperity. Say this with me. I will develop habits that will lead to wealth, health, happiness, and true prosperity. I added the wealth part. I will develop habits that will lead to wealth, health, happiness, and true prosperity. Say it one more time. You ready? I will develop the habits that will lead to wealth, health, happiness, and true prosperity. Your aim should be to develop the habits of character that enable you to be the very best person you can imagine yourself becoming. Oh my God. I don't know why that's exciting. It is exciting to me. My aim is to develop the habits that will assist me into becoming my best self. In other words, I'm not stuck. I am not stuck in nothing. Isn't that liberating? Golly. The highest purpose of your life should be to ingrain within yourself the habits that enable you to fulfill your potential. Ooh. The highest purpose of my life should be to ingrain within myself the habits that enable me to fulfill my full potential. Man, what I love about this, and this is just the introduction, it's so empowering. All right. Lastly, there's a quote at the end of this section that says, "We first make our habits, and then our habits makes us." And that's by John Dryden. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did this in 26 minutes too. Wowzers. This is the first time I've ever did a book club live before. I'm looking forward to doing this. Again, if you want to purchase $1 Million Habits by Brian Tracy, the affiliate link is in the video description box of this video you're watching now. It's not on Facebook yet, but I'm gonna put it over there after this. I'm also gonna put it in the lives. This is a way that you can support this platform without, sometimes we don't trust how people, giving your hard-earned money to people, you don't know what they're doing with it. Well, fine. That's okay. By using the affiliate link to purchase this, you are supporting this platform and giving your money to Amazon if you trust them. Also, you can like, share, subscribe, and comment. I will be back here live next Friday at 12 noon to go over chapter 1. All right. Chapter 1 is titled Where Your Habits Begin. Ooh, where the habits begin. All right. So we'll be going over that. I will be dropping a video either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm looking forward to that. Now, to be honest with you, just to give you a little teaser, we're either going to be talking about, well, I'm a tarot card reader. A lot of people think that's of the devil. So we're going to talk about that. Or we're going to talk about sexual freedom, one or the other. It's going to be really taboo, but we'll talk about that. You'll see. It'll come up. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next Friday at 12 noon for the review of chapter 1 on Brian Tracy's $1 Million Habits. Be blessed. Chat later.